If your garage looks anything like mine at the moment, you have car components mixed in with household goods, and you're tripping over everything all the time. So my goal here is to get everything out of here and have everything up on the wall. And I really think that that's a great idea to get everything up off the floor so you're not tripping over everything and really making this a hazardous area. So you'll see, I have some pegboard stacked up here, and that's exactly what's going on this back wall. It's going to completely eliminate the need for tool chests. It's going to open up this entire area in front of where the cars park so that we can get around this garage area nice and easily, be able to find our tools at a moment's notice, and actually be able to just look to the left or to the right and be able to focus in on whatever specific tool we're looking for at the moment and have everything nice and neat. The wall is all clear, and at this point I've gone ahead and taken a stud finder and I found all the studs along the wall. They're already marked. From that point, I've taken a nice long level and I've put it up to every single mark that I made, and I made a beautiful plumb line top to bottom all along the entire length of the wall. You'll do the exact same thing. What we're doing is locating all of the studs so that we can put nice long screws holding our frame for the pegboard in place. So that frame is going to be made out of 2x4s, and the 2x4 frame actually is going to be more like an L shape in this case. So I have, starting at this point backward, I've got the pegboard running from the top of the wall to the bottom of the wall. And then from this point forward, it's going all the way over in kind of like this little length here to accommodate for pulling in pickup trucks. Now the pickup truck I measured, it comes just below this level line that I made, and it's going to make sure that it's going to clear. So if you've got any obstacles like that, make sure that you don't put your pegboard in place of something that's going to prohibit you from pulling a vehicle in. So the 2x4 structure you see behind me is really going to be the support for the pegboard. The pegboard is going up in 4-foot increments, so each and every one of the 2x4s is set at 4 feet. So line it up with your mark right here. Then you're going to pre-drill it. Then you're going to take a little bit of liquid hand soap, put it on the screw just to lubricate it to get it to go in easier. Now look at how this turned out. I'm able to hide this and slide it right underneath this little piece here and secure it in place with the actual plate. And that's the way you're going to finish each and every corner, just like a picture frame. I'm painting all the trim black to match the cabinetry in the garage, but I didn't go out and just get a can of black paint. I had this color match to the cabinetry, and that way everything just flows in the garage. And you'll do the exact same thing whether you have black cabinets, white cabinets, or you can even get it to match a brown tone to match any wood cabinets you have in your garage. Because the pegboard has holes, if you can imagine when this pegboard gets applied to the wall itself, you're going to be able to see that 2x4 peeking out from behind it. So what I'm doing at this point is I'm taking some of the gray paint from the faux finish, and I'm going ahead and applying it just to the fronts of all of these 2x4s, because they're going to peek out at each and every hole that this is underneath. So you'll wind up doing the exact same thing. Just go ahead and apply whatever color close enough to your finish color of the pegboard. So if you're using white, go ahead and make sure this is all painted white, and then everything will look nice and neat when the pegboard gets applied. Since I don't need the entire length of this pegboard to get the height that I need for it, I need to chop off the bottom, I'll say, 1.5 feet. And this is really an easy tool to use. It'll go through this just like butter. for any electrical boxes, you're going to need a large drill so that you can get a jigsaw in here. So I'm just going to take one of the little holes in the middle of this box, drill it out. So insert the blade into that hole. Really great. I have 1-inch drywall screws and my cordless drill, and I have 20 1-inch screws in this panel. So 7 along one side, 7 along the other, 2 on the bottom, 2 in the middle, and 2 in the top. And what I'm going to do at this point is make sure that every time I get a new panel, I follow that same line all the way across where each and every screw is. That way when I see this in full, it's nice and neat and very well planned out. Let's get the second panel in. And you'll see these are really lightweight. You can handle these on your own, no problem. And then it's great because now I have this little cutout. I have a little handle for myself. So I'm just laying it in on top of the molding that I cut, making sure it fits over my outlet box. And then I'm just checking it side to side to make sure it's going to go in nice and even. So everything's fitting perfectly. And I'm going to start in the middle. So again, I said follow that line of screws, and I'm going to catch that 2x4 right underneath. And this is the most complicated one because it has all those cuts on it. So I'm just going to be very careful in the way that I line this up with all of the outlets and the trim. And it might take a little bit of jigging around here just to get it on right. But it's looking really good. Okay, everything is nicely lined up. Sometimes the longer ones are a little more difficult to deal with. So just as long as you know that, you might need a second hand with these. And there goes the last panel. And the last thing you need to do, take an artist brush and touch up the screw head so that it matches the pegboard perfectly. So if you're using black, white, silver, or what, you're just going to go ahead and touch it up just like that. So I've cut some uber fancy trim and I've finished it the same as the pegboard. And I'm just using some Loctite Power Grab. This is a really great instant stick glue. I use it on everything. I love this product. So all I'm going to do here is just put a couple of dabs on the back of this piece. And that's really all you need to get it to stick. And I'll line it up and just press it in place. Couple seconds, and it's stuck. Perfect. This pegboard looks so convincing as stainless steel. I highly recommend you look on my website for the faux finishing portion of this so that you can give your garage the same look. But beyond that, you know, this project is going to pay off for many years to come. I'll be able to hang my beautiful silver wrenches up there and have them stick out really, really nicely. And visually, I'll be able to just look and be able to find it in an instant. And that's been my biggest source of frustration for my garage organization for years and years and years. So finally, I have a dream wall full of unbelievable amounts of storage. I hope you do this for yourself, and this is a really great gift to give you or your husband or whoever. So I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I'll bring you another great organizational video in the future. This is Renee Romeo. Thank you so much for watching.